Hey guys, Dannar Hetoshi here. I wanted to take a moment to tell you about Extra Life. Extra Life is the Children's Mercy Miracle Network Hospital's fundraising program within the gaming community. Participants fundraise year-round to pledge to game for 24 hours with one goal: to save and improve the lives of sick and injured kids. Funds raised stay local to help pediatric patients at 170 Children's Miracle Network hospitals across North America. Since 2008, Extra Life has raised more than $30 million for member hospitals. The movement, formed by gamers bonded by passion, is committed to saving and improving the lives of local kids. Your donation is tax deductible and will make miracles happen for families who desperately need them. The link in the description below will take you to my Extra Life fundraising page. Once there, you can click the donate button at the top of the page to make a safe and easy online donation. I need your help to reach my goal for the kids. Thank you so much for supporting my efforts. Well, what's up, guys? It's your boy Dannar Hetoshi talking to you about our new Discord server. Link is in the description below. We've also got our Twitter page, www.twitter.com/DannarHetoshi. That link will be below as well. And we're still doing our $25 RP giveaways. This time for 500 subscribers and $500 in donations. So hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, drop a comment in the video below, and we'll get back into it. Remember, guys, it's all for the kids.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Dannar Hetoshi. We are doing a video review of the Lego Maniac Tahm Kench gameplay at his request. He donated to my Extra Life charity. I'm actually up to $150 raised now, and my goal towards $500 for my Extra Life charity. So, as per what I've got set up, for every $10 that you donate, you get 2 video reviews of your Tahm Kench gameplay. So here we are, I just started the game. We're going to get into it. Already I see he took Flash Ignite, which I prefer teleport on Tahm Kench. Top lane almost always should take teleport. It's not as important in lower elos because you do have the Tahm Kench ultimate to help try and mitigate some of the cross-map plays that can be made otherwise. But I still prefer teleport over Ignite. Not a big deal. Let's see here. I'm going to tab out real quick, come over here, and take a look at the runes that we were running for this game. So let's take a look. Bring this over. So, nope, that's not what we wanted. Where are the rune pages? We'll come up here. All right. I'm assuming he went with the armor MR. Yeah, okay. He's running the same rune page that I recommend for armor runes. He's got 3 armor glyphs, 9 armor seals, attack speed marks, and movement speed quints. Basically the same page that I have. And then masteries, I'm assuming he's running the Undying Grass mastery for Tahm. He is. Alright, so the only thing I would say is that I prefer Explorer over Tough Skin. And here I would run Meditation. You do run out of mana pretty quickly as Tahm Kench. Assuming this is the page you were using, I would run Meditation as opposed to Merciless. Wanderer is really good because the movement speed is really good at Tahm Kench. As for top lane, Assassin's really good because all your laning phase is basically it's you on an island, so that's really good. Secret Stash not necessary, Runic Affinity not necessary because you're not jungling. I would run 1 of 5 in Merciless, and I would run 4 of 5 in Meditation just to get that extra mana regeneration. Dangerous game is really good on tanks and Tahm Kench because you'll get a lot of assists and it restores a good portion of your health. Everything else looks good. Note that I have changed my masteries recently to start running 12-0-18, where I run 5 Fury, 1 Feast, 5 Vampirism, and Battle Trance, because it helps with your dueling power as you get more damage over 3 seconds when in combat with enemy champions versus over here. I find with Corrupting Potion I don't have too many mana issues, although you certainly have less mana issues if you run meditation over the 12018 rune page or mastery page. But overall, masteries and the runes are pretty good, especially into, it looks like, the matchup that you've got, which is a Jax top lane. I actually just played a Jax top lane myself in a ranked match, and I take that standard armor rune page as well. So here we go. We're going to turn Fog of War to blue side red side only. We're going to put the directed camera onto the Tahm Kench and hit play. Unfortunately, we can't. There we go. We can take the blue frame off. We can put the scoreboard up, and let's go. Alright, so started 3 corrupting potions. That's a good start. The corrupting potion start is always really good. Nothing wrong with that. So now we're just spectating as if it would have been one of my own games. Immediately we see the Xin Zhao coming to threaten the Akali. Can't really be blamed for missing the Q there. Akali flash. She needs the back. Good job. That's the right call, backing here, because you have enough time. Minions won't spawn before you get back, so you can help heal up that little bit of health that you lost. It's unfortunate that the Akali wants you to help her start red as opposed to blue. Blue would be a better start for Akali, in my opinion, for the increased energy regeneration, but it is what it is. Oh no, Akali's mid, so she's... Oh, it looks like, okay, you just warded the red buff. Twitch jungle. Gotcha. So they're doing the blue buff, that's fine. Doing the smart thing here and not rushing down any of these minions. You want to just keep your minion wave even. As always with a matchup against the Jax, you want to just last hit the minions and Q poke the Jax where you can. Should have tried to get a Q off on the Jax there. Would have been beneficial in my opinion. There you go. Get the auto attack and walk away. As soon as he starts up that dodge mechanic where he's going to stun you, just walk away. One thing to do, if you do auto attack the Jax, make sure you walk into brush to drop minion aggro. So as soon as you take minion aggro, you want to be moving into that top lane brush. So you're still taking minion aggro here, and you're still taking damage, which is not good. You want to walk into that top brush as soon as you've taken minion aggro to drop that aggro. You lost probably an additional 100 health there, simply due to the fact that you took so much damage from minions. Minions are very, very strong at early levels, so keep that in mind. Still taking minion aggro, that's alright. Twitch is coming in with the slow. That flash wasn't necessary. I don't think you were going to get him with the flash there. Little aggressive. But this is a good time for you to back, since you've got the wave shoved into his tower.
I shall return to this establishment shortly.
Not the worst back in the world. I'd rather see teleport here, but it is what it is. So you start longsword rejuvenation bead. That's not the worst. I would probably rather see a boot rejuvenation bead here. Movement speed is really good at Tahm Kench because you don't have any dashes. You have no way to escape if their jungler comes and they get you stunned up or anything like that. Plus you're down flash, so you want the extra movement speed. So I would probably go with a boot and rejuvenation bead as opposed to the longsword rejuvenation bead. But it's not the worst buy in the world. And then you're doing the right thing here, letting the wave push to you, killing all the minions. You want to keep 4 more minions on their side than you have on your side. And that maintains a good freeze. So that's pretty solid there. Pushing too hard right now. Let the minions do work. You want to trim at least all of your melee minions before you start trimming the wave on his end as well. Okay, now you start cleaning up the wave a little bit. That's fine. Honestly, hold the W there. Don't really need to use it. It's just a waste of mana. Keep just auto-attacking. Your last hitting is not the greatest. I'm no expert as well, but you might spend a game or two practicing last hitting as Tahm Kench in the training tool. You might be pretty good at last hitting in general, but with Tahm Kench, you ate him up too early. You want to wait until the end of that stun before you eat him up. With a bruiser like that, turn your stun bar on and just, pay attention to the stun timer. It's always 2 seconds when you stun him with Q. You can get at least 1 auto attack in before you eat him up. You want to eat him up at the very last second because it gives you the maximum amount of time for Q to come off of cooldowns. And here you've got W up. You did not have W up, so you couldn't get the poke off. One of the reasons why you want to save W as much as possible is because if you get the Q slow, you can often chain that with a W poke as well and get significantly more poke off onto the jacks. But right now you're doing the right thing. You're just letting it slow push towards you. You've got it frozen. Just last hitting.
Oh, hello! Sneaky, sneaky.
No, he spotted it. Twitch didn't do a very good job of coming out of stealth. He needs to wait until he's fully stealth before he comes out of the jungle. Unfortunate. Not much you can do there. The Twitch just misplayed that a little bit. Push this wave out and then you should go kill that control ward. Good job making sure you got the cannon minion there. That was the right call. Good job with the W poke, that's good. Aw, it's a shame you didn't get that Q. Minion block is a legitimate thing with Tahm Kench. Try not to take minion aggro if you don't have to. At this point, the wave's going to be bouncing out, so you should actually be backing here. You've got your ultimate, you can use it to get back to lane. That would have been a good time for you to back by and come back to lane with a ninja heavy. But as it is, you're doing the right thing and you're fast pushing this wave. And it'll be a good time for you to go back. You're up 20 CS. You'll be up about 15 CS once this wave is finished. Yeah, you're up 14 CS. You got your Tiamat, boots and cloth armor. That's not the worst buy in the world. Yeah, pretty solid. You'll be able to get back just in time to ult back to the lane and pick up most of that wave. You might not even need to ult back. You could ult back if you wanted to try and make a play. Your ultimate CD is 115 seconds. I don't think that's necessarily worth the ultimate. You basically are trading 115-second cooldown for 19 gold, 17 gold. I would hold the ultimate and just walk back to lane. You can use that ultimate later. It depends. I mean, you still got 80 seconds left on the cooldown, and there will be enough time left where you might need the cooldown to rotate mid, make a play on mid, or something along those lines. You're zoning the jacks. That's solid. Always start with the Q if possible. Auto attacking is good, but get the Q slow on him first so that if he does start dodging the dodge animation, he's slowed and you can just walk out of it. If he uses his jump to finish the Q stun, then you've got him dead to rights because he's used his only escape and you've got several stacks on him. So I would hold off on the being super aggro with the auto attack first. I would always start with a Q first on the jacks. If you don't get the Q, then you can't walk away from the trade whenever you like. Nice. That's a kill. Good flash, good ignite, good Q, good kill. It wouldn't have been nearly that close if you had poked with Q and then autoed first instead of taking the stun without really getting any trade in return. I've got a Tahm Kench vs Jax gameplay video coming up here a little bit later today that you'll be able to take a look at. It'll show you exactly what I'm talking about with the Q at auto attack and then walk away. That's the best way to trade against the Jax. So what do we buy? We got Ninja Tavi, and you're probably looking at the enemy team comp and deciding a Sunfire Cape is the next correct buy. I'm guessing you didn't have quite enough gold to get the Bammy Cinder. Bammy Cinder is typically the better buy here, but you were probably right at 800 gold, so that's alright. Not the worst trade-off. Getting more armor is always good. It's just that health stacks so nicely on Tahm Kench that I always prefer to get the health component if possible. You should be warding here. You've got 2 trinket wards. You should have warded your Tribush as soon as you walked past it. And whenever you've got 2 trinkets, it means you're not using that cooldown. So as you're walking back to lane, walk through Tribush, make sure there's no control ward in your Tribush, and then drop your own trinket ward in that Tribush. So you don't need to be holding that many minions. You should actually be auto-attacking and reducing the number of minions. You only need 4. With Tiamat, you might consider 5 instead of 4 because your splash damage is going to clear the wave a little bit faster. But you don't need to be just holding that wave without doing any damage. You could have been killing a couple of the minions, trimming the wave a little bit before walking into the brush to drop the aggro. See, now it's an even minion wave and you've lost the freeze. So you should be hard pushing now since you've lost the freeze. You see Jax mid, you should be pushing really hard now. Using all of your abilities, pushing this as fast as possible, trying to trade this outer tower. Either that or rotating mid.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
You don't have TP, so I think you're better off here killing the tower. You see Jax and the dragon, so definitely be putting all your pressure on the tower here. That's alright. Missing minions is not the worst thing in the world since you're taking tower. You just want to push those minions out of the way as fast as possible so they're not killing yours, and all of your minions will focus on the tower.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
You've got a nice healthy CS lead on this Jax. Doing the right thing here, going into the jungle. Drop a ward here. You should be warding over the wall here to make sure they're not rotating on you. If Twitch is good, he'll leave. See, Twitch should have left the bluff for you.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Just follow the Jax there.
Oh, hello.
Blue team double kill.
So you got the Bambi Cinder now. Your lane is going solid. Twitch is fed. Mid lane is even. Really, the tough portion of this matchup is Caitlyn and Thresh have given over 5 kills to the Misfortune, and it looks like the Xinjiao. Mid lane is even, other than the fact that Cassiopeia is a farming god and Akali is not. Good eat there. Good job picking up all the CS. You should be rotating mid right now to pick up that Misfortune. This would be a great spot for your rotation mid.
Double kill.
Keep pushing. You can't help them. At this point, it's already over. Keep pushing. You can't help them. Just keep pushing that side lane. You see 3 bot side and you see Misfortune in the mid lane. There's nothing you can do. You should have been pushing this lane out and trying to take that outer top tower. Your team is up. They should be able to defend that next tower. And if you had kept pushing, you would have gotten at least half damage on that outer tower. Can't worry about them missing pinging you. There's nothing you would have done there. That's the problem with not taking teleport as Tahm Kench, is you don't have nearly as much tower pressure. And this is a bad play in my opinion, because you've now used your ultimate for almost nothing. You didn't have vision on where the Misfortune was, and the rest of their team had faded into your top side, or your bottom side jungle, which means they could have all rotated onto you and killed you before the rest of your team could have responded. Use your flash too early. He's already slowed. Very aggressive. And now you're probably going to die. Yep. Very, very aggressive there. Wasted the flash. Not the play that I would have made. As soon as he knocked you back after you had flashed to close the gap on him, just walk away. I like the aggressiveness, but being aggressive, especially with a champion that doesn't have much in the way of escapes, doesn't work out so well. Your ultimate still has about 35 seconds left on its cooldown, so you're not going to be able to just kind of come straight into this team fight either. You should be walking mid here, not top. Mid is the priority here. You can help out your team fight, and Jax is just going to take a top tower. Not a big deal if Jax takes that top tower.
Shut down.
You can help clean up that mid.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
And Twitch is over pursuing, should back off and go for the Rift Herald. You see Xinjiao in the bot lane. The safe assumption here is that there are several in their bottom side jungle preparing to take the next dragon, which is another Infernal Dragon. Good job. You see Xin Zhao in your bottom side jungle, you should be killing. Don't ult right on top of the Xin Zhao, ult in the path of his escape. You know your team can cut him off if he tries to go up through the jungle. And that's going to be Baron Nashor for them. They're going to get Dragon and they're going to get Baron Nashor off that. Yeah, when you ultimate like that to flank somebody, ultimate in the path of their most likely escape to drive them into the rest of your team. So you'd want to go, you know, probably 1,200 to 1,600 units to the bottom side of that blue buff, so that his likely path of escape is actually up into where the rest of your team is running. You're much more likely to get the pick that way. Alright, your ultimate has 15 seconds. But you don't have teleport, and it's only a level 2 ultimate, so being topside isn't the worst here, especially if you need to be challenging for the jungle and the Baron. Your farm is good for 20 minutes into the game. Good job by the Twitch. So you should be doing Baron right now. So the rest of your team should be doing Baron, and you should be backing to challenge the Jax. You should be backing right now to be challenging the Jax, and the rest of the team should be doing Baron. Thresh, Caitlyn, and Twitch. Between the Caitlyn and the Twitch, you'd have a ton of damage. You'd be able to kill the Baron easy. And you as Tahm Kench, especially with double buffs, there's no way that Jax would be able to take that inhibitor. So yeah, absolutely what you should have done there was indicate the Caitlyn and Twitch and Thresh should have taken the Baron.
Regrettably, I must retire in order to find a digestive.
It's me!
Nope. At this point, back off. Take the wave. Thresh is being too aggressive. Gotta hit that Q. That's unlucky. She got the bouncing shot right as you took the lantern. And I'm assuming at this point that's pretty much game. Jax is going to take 2 turrets and an inhibitor most likely. Xin Zhao will take an inhibitor. Nope. It's not quite game yet. Go pick up a couple more kills here. You should be ulting behind the Soraka. Don't worry about the Jax. Your ultimate behind the Soraka would have wiped the Soraka and the Misfortune. You should be ulting. Ult, 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 ult. Ult behind the Cassiopeia. What? You have your... What happened there? Are you typing? I'm not sure what happened there. But that's definitely game now. I don't see how this doesn't wind up just being the end of the game here. Looks like you pick up 2 more assists. I would have voted yes for the surrender here. Cassiopeia's fed, Misfortune's fed, Xinjiao's fed. Not much you guys can do here at this point. With 3 inhibitors down, that's definitely a surrender. You should have flash ignited that, Misfortune. Ignite, 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 ignite. Ignite. You've got the ignite. Probably should have been using it there. They're gonna do Baron, they're gonna do Dragon, and they're gonna come and finish the game. And there won't be anything you guys can do about it. They're just too far ahead at this point. This Twitch does not have any lifesteal against these creeps. This Caitlyn doesn't have any lifesteal. Caitlyn not having lifesteal is not a big deal. This Twitch should have gotten Blade of the Ruin King by now. They're gonna come up here and kill this. Oh no, Thresh is gonna get out, but they're gonna do the Baron. They're gonna finish. They're just gonna finish the game. Your only hope was to challenge that Baron. Now with triple super minions and Baron, they're just gonna. It's just gonna be a win. Thresh was doing the right thing, trying to at least contest the Baron. Your only hope was contesting the Baron there. Now with 2 of you dead, they shouldn't even be doing the Baron. They should just finish the game. Yeah, and that's what they decide to do here. With Twitch dead, they're just going to end the game. They've got super minions coming in. And that's game. So yeah, the big things I would say is map rotation, knowing when to use flash, when to use ignite, playing too aggressively, going for the kill. You don't need to go for the kill as Tahm Kench as long as you drive them off of objectives. Always, the game isn't won off of kills and deaths. It's won off of objectives. Now, getting kills certainly helps you to get objectives, but knowing map plays, knowing how to be able to rotate to help your teammates when there's 4 mid, or when there's 2 mid and you can make a rotational play on them. These are suggestions that I would offer up as a change to how this game could have gotten better. It wasn't late enough into the game that you weren't the strongest player out on the field. The only one that could have possibly 1v1'd you would be the Cassiopeia. Jax can't do it, Xin Zhao can't do it, because you can just eat up Xin Zhao and burst him out. Super hardcore, you can just stun him and burst him out. The only one that had a possibility of soloing you would be the Cassiopeia, because with the Rylai's and her built-in slows, she could have kited you out. So, I mean, split pushing is the right idea, but to be a split pushing champion, you almost always have to take teleport so that you can be there for objectives as necessary. This Jax, even though he didn't get any kills, he only died once, he got 2 assists. He didn't have much in the way of kill participation, but he was there for all of the objectives, and that's because of his teleport. So those were my suggestions. Overall, your mechanics are pretty solid, other than the fact that I think you get a little bit too aggressive. The big change I would make to your playstyle is I would poke with the Q first, and then when they're slowed, go in for the auto attack and walk away. That's your trading pattern, especially against a champion like Jax that has the press Q, dodge, auto attacks. So Q slow, get the Q poke on him, auto attack, and then walk away. If you know his Q is on cooldown and his jump is on cooldown, then absolutely go all in, go ham. But if he uses his Q to dodge your auto attacks, you need to slow him and walk away so that he can't get the stun on you, get a couple of auto attacks, and then jump away, basically trading for free. But that's it. Hope you enjoyed your review. Hope you learned some valuable information. I hope the rest of you guys watching on YouTube kind of enjoyed my critique of this Tahm Kench gameplay as well. Hit that subscribe button, like that video for me. Go ahead and drop a comment. Let me know what you think. If you saw something I missed, put it in the comments below as well. And go ahead and drop a donation to my Extra Life charity, guys, if you want to have your own videos reviewed. $10 will get you 2 Tahm Kench gameplay video reviews from me. So there you go. That's it. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.
I am the River King!